Hey guys, welcome to Long Life Trainer. Today we're going to work on the basics. This is what I did with professionals when they would start a camp. We would go right back to basics. We're talking stuff that they would learn when they were this high. We go back to basics, and it usually takes a day or two. But it's a big necessity that you go back to the basics. If you don't, you will lose them. So that's what we're doing. This video is about a little over about a half an hour long here, about 30 minutes. But we're going to go over all the just a quick backtrack of all the basics of boxing. Just the 1-2 footwork, where to put your shoulders, where to put your head, just in the beginning stages. That's all. That's what we're going to do in this video. So if you're interested, this is a back to the basics, kind of learning how to box all over again. All right, get those basics correct, because then everything else is easier and you will have a longer life as a fighter. All right, let's do it. So the first thing we do for a warm-up is you want to stand. Best thing is to stand straight in front of the mirror. Don't worry about your stance yet. You want to loosen up, okay? You want to loosen up your back more than anything, so you don't want to throw your back out. Loosen up your shoulders, okay? Stay loose. All right, all you're going to do is just going to turn your shoulder this way. So your shoulders, listen, this is something that goes on throughout all the teaching of my boxing. When I teach boxing, is the shoulder replaces the head. That's all you're doing, here. That's it. Nice and easy. You're not going to whip or anything like that. Breathe. Move your shoulder. That's it. All you're doing is making sure your head starts there, and then you move. Now your shoulder's there. So your shoulder replaces the head just by an inch. You're going to feel the stretch in your back. Or if you're old like me, you're going to feel it throughout your entire freaking body. That's it. Have your breathing down. Because when you start punching, that's how you're going to punch. Okay, whether you make a noise or not, doesn't matter. When I was in training, I made noise. When I was in a fight, I made no noise. So it's weird. But just the way everybody's different. And good. That's it. Hey guys, this is something I gotta let you know, because there's a lot of people out there on the YouTubes and all that, and they say, hey, this is the way, this is the best because I did it and this is my way and I know everything better than everybody else, and listen to me. When I say it's my way, when I say it's just the way I train fights, this is the way I do it, this is the way whatever. These are things that that have been given to me by people in my past. This is not mine, okay? There's a couple things, that I learned. Hey, listen, I got to do it this way because it works for me. That's on you. I can give you a specific drill, a specific way of doing something. But if you're like, that doesn't work for me, I like to do it this way, a little bit different. As long as you're protected, and you're not off balance, you're not going to get hurt, there's a certain, comfortability involved, go with it. But what I'm saying to you is my training, the way I train guys, my training techniques, it's not because of me, it's because of who I've learned from. So understand that I'm saying it's me. It's not me. It's the guys that came before me that taught me what I'm teaching you now. And those guys were unbelievably great. Gave me a gift that I like to give to you. All right. These guys are... there's so many of them. I learned from Kenny Adams. He has passed. God bless his soul. Good man, served this country. As well as went to the Olympics, took our Olympic team there, and we dominated. We got Miguel Diaz, one of the greatest cornermen in American history, or just in general. The greatest trainer I've ever been around in my life, Israel Salas. It's a Cuban trainer, Salas. Literally the greatest trainer I've ever been around in my life. I learned a lot from him. And there it goes on and on. So Rafael Garcia has passed. Yeah, I learned a lot from him. Just so many different people, and there's Stitch Durand, Jacob Durand, the cut guy. He's phenomenal. I've learned so much from so many people. I can't name them all. If I didn't name you, God bless you. You know, there's another trainer out there. He's a young guy. He's a young guy, Brandon Woods. He's one of the best up and coming trainers right now. Nobody hears from him too much because he's secluded. He's in his own little place. He's out here in Las Vegas. He is one of the most best technical and just fight trainers I've ever been around. Nowadays, the brand new guys coming out, he's unbelievable. Like I said, you don't know him. When you do know him, you know him. All right, he's one of the greatest right now. That you don't know him, you will. Anyway, that's it. Just want to let you know, it's not me. It's the guys that came before me. That's who I learned from. That's who I'm giving this information. That's why I'm giving this information to you, because they gave it to me. So, all right, I don't want to toot my own horn. All right, I'm just giving you what was given to me. All right, that is done. So now we'll be in our stance. So basically with your stance is you want to stay feet underneath the shoulders. Everybody's different. Some people are just outside. Some people are just inside, depending on their shoulders. I like to go right over top of my shoulders. That's it. So you're here. Obviously, you know that's wrong. We don't fight this way. Okay, we don't box this way. All we're going to do is turn it. That's why this line is here. So now we're going to turn it. We want our toe to be close to the line here. We want our heel to be close to the line there. That's it. Okay? Still. My feet are underneath the shoulders. Still. That's it. And then you're good. Now, a lot of people like to stay this way. Some people like to turn the foot. That's a preference. Like I said, everybody fights different. Ali fought different than Tyson, fought different than Lennox Lewis, fought different than probably names you have no idea. Okay, so that's all we're doing. I like to be here, and I like to have my foot slightly pointed this way, not completely. Okay, so that's it. So our feet are here. This is our stance. To make sure you're comfortable in your stance, you want to just come down. Come back up. Get into a squat just like you're on the rack. Okay, turn this foot correctly first. Okay, just like you're in the squat rack. Hit it. Come back up. If you're comfortable, you're balanced the whole way, then that's a stance for you. Okay, and then turn your feet properly because that's your target. So now all we're going to do, we're not going to worry about any of this. We're just going to worry about our legs. So we're going to go forward. This is going to go first. Then we're going to bring him to catch up. Keeping the same distance. Okay, there's a string between, I like to say a bungee between the two. Some people actually do that. I'm sure you've seen it. And then we're going to go backwards. So, front, back, back, front. Front, back foot, and front. All we do is follow here. Now, you see my spine is straight here because we're not into that part yet. But we do not want our shoulders or our head going outside of our kneecaps. That's a golden rule. Okay, I know you see all kinds of shit online. You see all kinds of crazy shit in fights. Okay? That's why I don't watch any modern boxing. Okay? So, you want to keep your nose inside of your knees. Nose inside your knees. Never get outside. We call that looking over the cliff. In boxing, you look over the cliff, you're going to fall. That means you're going to fall. You're going to find yourself on your ass. So now, we go forward, and we go backward. Slow. Everything's slow. Take it easy. Just like you just woke up in the morning, which I always did when I went to camp when I was a pro. I'd get up early in the morning and I'd be half awake and start doing this shit. So that's it. Okay? Forward and backward, easy. Don't try and do too much. Don't get too carried away. Okay? Relax. Okay? Act like you've been here before. Sit here. Now, with the foot, the front foot, it's up to you. I get this question a lot. Whether you come backwards and you drag the foot, or you come backwards and you step. That's a personal preference. Okay? I did both, but it's a personal preference. If you come here, I like dragging the foot because, as we'll see later on, if you can come here, you can drag a guy in, and he comes in, like Mexican style fighter comes in with his head first. If you drag that foot, then it's easier for me. it was easier for me to sit and hook. So I could give him the hook. It was a lot easier to turn that foot, boom, and I throw that hook when he was coming in. That's why I dragged my foot. I was comfortable. But sometimes I step right up. So it's a lot of other things. But anyway, you do what you do. So we're going to go backward and we're going to forward. Okay, so now that we went back and forth, now we're going to add some more. So we're here. All right, so now we call this, we're getting in the pool. Now we're going to get in the water. So we're going to go through the water. Now when you're in a pool, to go through the water, if you go like this, there's more water's on you or you're getting friction. To go through the water, you're going to want to turn your shoulder to go smooth, okay, like a knife through butter. You want to go through the water this way, and that's how you think about this. So now we're going to turn our shoulder, just like we did, step and turn your shoulder. So now this foot, this shoulder, you're going to do the exact same thing, okay? You're going to hear a lot of that in this training. Okay, so now shoulder and knee and foot go together, step, boom, through the water. Now this is going to follow. You're not going to flatten out, you're going to stay this way. Okay, you're never going to flatten out. All that does is open up a target. So now we're going to go back. Same thing, we got to go through that water. So this back shoulder now has to turn. Okay, so now you turn and you're back. Okay, I'm not flat here, I'm here. So we go forward and back. Forward and back. Okay, slow, slow. Okay, like I said, it's your preference. You can drag that front foot or you can pick it up. Okay, so now, and that's only on the back. Don't drag your front foot on the way forward. Okay, you're gonna find yourself on your face. So now, once you get the rhythm, we call this the salsa. Okay, in my training technique, call this the salsa. Okay, now we're gonna salsa. Salsa is the essence of boxing. Okay, play some salsa, and get into the movement. All right, so we're here, and we're back. Okay, forward, backward. Feel my balance. Forward, feel my balance. Backward, balanced. Forward, balance. Backward, and go. Bottom. So, what do we do? In, out. In, out. My trainer used to say, just like your favorite burger joint. In, and out. In, out. In, out. In, out. There we go. So now we're gonna step in, same thing. Step in, there's one. Now we're gonna bring two. This time we're gonna throw the right hand, okay? Without throwing the right hand. So we're gonna get the body mechanics down. So now we're gonna two step. Now we're gonna turn that heel. Now we're gonna turn the hip. And the shoulder's automatically gonna be able to turn. You're gonna sit. When they say sit down on your punches, that's what they mean, okay? Right there. All right, now as you see, my shoulder has replaced my head. That means my head is off to the side by a little bit. My head is shaded off to the side, and my shoulder has replaced my head. So now I've literally got something in the front of my chin, okay? And this hand's gonna be up eventually. Okay, so now I'm protected as well. So now, after you throw that two, you can simply set, and there's a lot of movement you can do, or you can go right back. And that's what we're gonna do, all right? And what we learn when we get more into it, you're never gonna go straight back, you're always gonna go at an angle. I digress. We're gonna do that at another time. But right now, we're gonna step with the one, okay? Okay, so now we're working on the gun. This is what we call it. The bullets are out of the gun. This is what we call this. We're working on the gun so the bullets work, okay? Making the gun work correctly so the bullets go where we want them to. So now, we're gonna step forward, step with the shoulder, and then two, turn, heel, hip, shoulder. There's your two. And you're gonna go back through the water. 1, 2, heel, hip, shoulder. Shoulder replaces the head and back through the water. So now we'll slow, but we'll make it a little smooth. Boom, boom, and back through. Forward, backward. Forward, backward. Okay? So now you're going to see my head on the line. My head's going to go off the line, my shoulder's on the line. My head's going to go off the line, my shoulder's on the line. And I go back. Forward, backward. Get to a movement every once in a while. Stop. I'm balanced. Forward, backward, side to side. I'm balanced. Backward, forward, backward, and I'm balanced. Okay. All right, so now we did all that. So now we're going to be simple. We're going to settle. We're going to let the legs relax for a bit. Okay? I think we tormented the legs enough. So now we're going to be here. Get back to our same stance. Okay? We still want to stay correct down here. All right. So now turn our shoulders. Now we're going to bring our hands into it. So now, yes, we are going to put the bullets in the gun. Okay? And that's what I told my fighters. I said, okay, let's put the bullets in the gun now. Let's go. And they'd be like, you know, what I came here for. So now it's simple. All you want to do here is, I heard this from the day I started. I was this high when I started boxing. Okay? Hold the phone. That's what we used to call it. Hold the phone. All right? So straight up, just hold the phone. You're going to keep this right in here. Now, I like to keep this in this area. All right? Some of you guys are different. Some guys like to keep it cupped. You know, they like to keep it cupped because they like to keep their hand out here. Okay? That's okay. Some guys like to keep it here. I'm saying keep it between your ear and your eye. I like to keep it right on this cheekbone. Okay? No, I'm not going to keep it here. All right? I love guys that kept it here. I left hook them all night long. So keep your hand in this. You don't have to be like this. Okay, that's the big thing with a lot of guys. They go, I don't want to look like stupid on this like this. Well, if you're just like this, you're not getting hit. But you don't have to be like this. Okay? Loosen up. Okay, loosen up. Loosen up and relax. And keep your hand in this vicinity. It's real simple. Okay? This hand's up in this area. Okay? Not here. In this area. That's good. Now, the big one is the left. Okay? If you are right-handed, you're going to feel like you're left-handed by the end of training, and you should. I'm right-handed. I punch more with my left hand than I ever did my right. Okay? So, now, you're going to flatten this out, turn the palm out. Okay? Look here. All you're going to do, everybody's done it. You're going to curl. Simply curl. Come up. Right there. So now, as you see, there's a difference. What's going on? There's so much space. Look at that. Okay? I mean, if I got an appetite, I'm eating all this. All right? I'm getting into this. But it's simple now. You're a boxer. You're not trying to be a weightlifter. All right? So you want to be here. All you're doing is now you're going to put everything together. So you're going to crunch. Okay? Shoulders are forward. Hips are up. Look how that happened. Everything disappeared. Okay? There you are. Everything disappeared. I'm protected here. I'm protected here. There's no way this guy's going to come from over here and try to throw a shot and hit me here. No way. He's going to come around here and hit me here. He's going to come around here and hit me. It's already guarded. So you're here. Okay? Now I can be, if I'm on the inside, you're close to a fighter, then you're here. Yes. Then you're in your turtle shell. But if the fighter's away from you, it's simply just like some shocks, right? When you're under duress, you're here. Okay? When you're just out driving casually, your shocks are loose, so you're here. Then you loosen up. See all that space? There it is. My hand is here. My hand is here. And there we are. Okay? We're not this way all the time. When we get inside, make yourself small. Outside, make yourself tall. Inside, make yourself small. Outside, make yourself tall. Okay? That's the golden rule. All right, so now that our hands are out here, let's work on that. Okay, work on your stance. Get your hips up, just like you're doing a sit-up. Okay, a crunch, not a sit-up, a crunch. Here, elbows, I would take my cup. For fights, for sparring, for fights, my cup, I literally would have my cup here, and I would rest my elbows on my cup. And then I'd be on the outside, and I'd be relaxed. On the inside, the closer I got, the more my elbows would rest on my cup. Right there. So, work on that now. Okay, so the one thing I forgot, just a tip. just something to keep in your head for offense and for defense. Everybody wonders why, obviously, there's southpaw and there's conventional. It all started with conventional fighting stance. So we're here, and we wonder why this is how we do it. But wait, and I get this a lot in the gyms. MMA, you'll see a lot of MMA guys, when they fight, they're right-handed, and the right hand is always up front. Okay? MMA is great and wonderful. Honestly, it's more entertaining to me nowadays than boxing is, which is a sad story. But they do that because they're not taught the proper way in boxing. Because what are you going to do? They're MMA guys. They're rolling around on the floor and they're throwing their kicks around and elbows are flying. Okay, they're not into boxing. So the reason why boxing was first, it's been around forever. The reason why we have our hands up here and we're right-handed and our right hand is back, obviously, so you can throw that right hand with a little more power, a little more whip on it. But more so, it's because, listen, you've got your body here, right? For body punches, it's good to know. You got a kidney, right? So it's here. Okay, you got to protect that kidney, right? You don't want any kidney shots, right? They might be frowned upon, but God, I love them. Give it them. And, okay, you got your floating rib. There's a rib there that's not connected all the way. It's called a floating rib. And believe me, they're very easy to break. I've broken many. Not mine. I've broken many of my opponents and sparring partners. Loved it, okay? So, the floating rib, it's there. It's protected because God made your arm go right here in front. So now you are protected. That's why you're here and you're not here. You're here. If you're here, yes, they're gonna hit your kidney and break that floating rib someday. Keep it in. The biggest thing is you have that liver. That liver's here. That liver's a beautiful thing. If you're trying to shoot on somebody, okay, you're trying to get it. Cover it up. Once you take a liver shot, you'll never forget it. You also probably won't forget a lot of other things that happened that day, okay? But you definitely won't forget the day you got hit in your liver hard and somebody took a money shot on your liver. So take it here, it freezes the body, and ask Oscar De La Hoya about that one. So you're here, covering up, there you are. Keep this here, why? It's covering up, well, three vital pieces of your body. Kidney, liver, floating rib. Here, keep this here, all right? Kidney, floating rib. Keep them here, all right? That's why we have this stance. That's why the right side of the body is further away from your opponent than the left. Why? Because there's more to protect over here, all right? And obviously, you turn that right hand over. It's a harder punch. There it is. All right, here we go. So now we're gonna use those bullets now. So we're gonna have our hands up this way, hips up, elbows here, hips up, elbows in, chin down, eyes up. Okay, chin down, eyes up. Okay, what I would hear constantly as a pro, I didn't hear it as an amateur as much, but never. When I was a pro, it's all I heard in the beginning. My first 8 months to a year. My trainer would constantly yell, chin down, eyes up, chin down, eyes up, scream, chin down, eyes up. Okay, why? Because that's an easy button. They hit you in that, you're going down, and you're not going to remember the next day. So. You're here, chin down. Always, my key was I always tried to take my pupils, and I tried to make sure that my pupils looked and touched the top of my eye sockets. So I hear here, and then I knew if I could see a little bit of eyebrow or something that I knew my eyes were touching the top of my eye sockets, I was good. So now we're here, okay? Our stance is there. We're gonna work on the jab, okay? We're going to work on the jab called stuck in the mud. Stuck in the mud means our legs are not moving. Okay, we're just going to work on the hands. So all we're going to do is here, we've done this in my videos before. We're going to bring this out. And now we're going to turn it over. And as that shoulder turns with it. And we'll bring it right back the same way. Okay, think about a screw gun. Okay, you're screwing something into the wall. Okay, so it's the same thing. Your arm's going to be the same way, all right? You're going to bring it out, turn your shoulder, and once you get there, you're going to turn it over, all right? Obviously, you see, the shoulder replaced the head. The shoulder replaces the head, and I'm going to bring it back. You're going to get a turn of that shoulder, boom. All right? Straight across, shoulder replaces the head. That means the head is off the line, off the shoot line, okay? Your arm's down the line, and you're gonna bring it back, okay? That's it. So now we're gonna step forward, same punch. Step forward, same punch. So now, call this the Pinocchio syndrome, okay? That means like a marionette, like the string connects your left hand and your left foot. They're gonna move at the same time, okay? If you're boxing, you're fighting, every time you move forward, that left hand has gotta move with you, all right? Just the way it's gotta be. You're here, I'm going forward, I'm gonna step, all right? I'm gonna turn my punch over. Make sure my head's gonna slightly turn off the line. My punch is down the punch line, and I'm right there, okay? Something's coming under, I got protected. Something's coming around, I'm protected. Something's coming this way, I'm protected. I am good. Then I'm gonna come right back. Stay loose, stay loose, stay loose, stay loose. Relax, elbows down, chin down, eyes up. And I'm gonna shoot again. Head's off the line. Right there, shoulder replaces the head. Twist. Twist. And that's the jab. It's called a step jab. Just stepping. Okay, so now just one little tip for the jab. So when you're throwing the jab, everybody saw how I was here, okay? We call it this little term I used to yell to my fighters, knuckle up. We used to yell knuckle up. And all that means is it's not knuckle up, you get bad and ugly. No, knuckle up meant those knuckles gotta turn out. So knuckles up. What that meant is when you knuckled up, then you don't see any guys fight like this unless you see those old boxing pictures from back in the, 20s or whatever, but they do this. There was a reason why they did that, by the way. So it's because what it did to the face, all right? I learned a lot from this from a very old pro from Canada that taught me in the first. His name was Pep, Willie Pep. So Bill Pepin, we knew him. Old man, great guy, taught me the jab. So we're here. So now what we're gonna do is you're here, and when you come out, you're turning that over. What that does is you're not turning it over and then punching. You're coming out like this, and then once you turn that shoulder in, okay? Just like what I used to do with my fighters is usually first day in camp when I had a guy, you always have towels. I'm a trainer. Every trainer's got a towel. I would have a towel, and I'd simply take that towel and I'd throw it at them. And they'd be, hey man, here. And they would wonder why I threw a towel at them when I say that hurt. They'd look at me like I was crazy. No man, what are you talking about? So they give me the towel back. I get the towel back, and I'd wind it up like this. And I'd come at them like I was gonna snap it. And they go, oh, you know, and they'd make a big ruckus. And when I told them, well, now you know how to throw the jab. Okay? If the jab comes at you like this, all right, yeah, it'll thud you a little bit. But if you turn that in and turn it over, you're snapping the jab. Okay? And when you snap it and you turn those knuckles in, believe me, the only reason I am still in boxing, the only reason I live in Las Vegas and came out here is because of my jab. And the thing that, first it was Bill Pepin, and the trainers that I had when I came to Las Vegas, which was mainly Miguel Diaz, told me to turn it, be a professional, turn it. And when you turn it, it breaks the skin. All that fine skin around the eye, believe it or not the nose, but around the eye, it'll tear it. And that makes fights go really fast. Okay? So it worked for me. That's why we turn it, to break the skin, to punch as a professional. That's it. Okay, enough of the left. Let's do the right. So now we're just going to stand stuck in the mud. Like I said, when I say stuck in the mud, that means our feet don't go anywhere. So now we're just going to turn. When you're in the mud, you can turn your feet, okay? But you can't step because, all right, they're stuck in the mud. So we're going to be here. We're going to work on that right hand. Hands are up, okay? Chin down, eyes up, elbows in, hips up. Make yourself small, okay? So we're going to learn from that position. So now I'm here. Now I'm going to turn my heel, okay? Turn my hip, and I'm going to let the arm go, okay? Same thing. I'm going to turn it over, okay? I want to cut them with every punch, okay? I'm here. Now my shoulder's going to replace the head. My punch is down the punch lane. My head is off the line, okay? I have a flex in my knee, I have balance, and I can feel that shot here. I want you to feel it in the ball of your foot, your Achilles tendon, and that calf muscle. Okay? When I first started training as a professional, my right calf muscle hurt like a mother, okay? And I could feel the tension in my Achilles and the bottom of my right foot hurt constantly until I got used to it, okay? It's a different way of boxing. It's called professional. Professional boxing is a little bit different, okay? Different things you do for different reasons make everything go, okay? The scale comes up, all right? Opportunities come up as well. So you're here. Now, you're going to turn that heel, hip, and shoulder, and turn it out, all right? My head is off the line. My shoulder has replaced my head. And then I'm going to bring it right back, okay? So now we'll go over it nice and slow. Heel, hip, and shoulder. Sitting down, okay? Coaches say it all the time. The old school guys did. Sit down on your punch. Sit down on your punch. That's what it is. You don't punch here. You sit. So many times I see, especially nowadays, in professional boxing, everybody's here. All right? That's not it. That's not it. Here, heel, hip, and shoulder, and turn. Come right back, okay? One thing I forgot to mention, you see that elbow? This elbow. They never get off the train track, okay? Okay? There's a track. Doesn't get off the track, okay? I'm saying this from a fighter's view. When I'm looking at a fighter and he's coming at me, once I see he's got his elbow out and he throws a punch, I can see everything. I can see the punch coming, okay? He's here, I can see the punch coming. But if that elbow's in, it's an optical illusion. Look it up. If you haven't learned it in school, what you should have. An optical illusion. You can't tell how far this has come yet. You can't see exactly where it is if you keep it into the body. If you keep it into the body, you can't see it. Okay? If I'm looking straight at you, you can't tell how far it has come before it already gets there. All right? Especially in the heat of the moment. Optical illusion. Keep your elbows in, and that's just the first part. The second part is if you're here, boom, your body, your hip, and your shoulder, and your body's behind the punch. If I punch here, my shoulder, there's nothing out there. There's no power. I can push that right back. But if I'm here, and I got my body against it, I'm not pushing that for nothing, okay? Same thing with a jab. If I'm here, if I'm out here, I can push that in, okay? There's not a lot of power coming with it. You might strike it okay, but there's nothing there. But if I'm here, and if I'm right down that lane, now that is not moving, okay? There's more power behind the body than there is outside of the body, right? That's it. Okay, so first thing I want you to do is if you go into an open gym, a big gym, and there's everybody working out around you, I don't want you to give two shits about anybody, okay? So the worst thing that happens when kids come in a gym, kids, guys, whatever, when they go into a boxing gym especially, everybody gets a little intimidated when they walk into a boxing gym, okay? And so they start to hit a bag and they kind of look around and want to hit it hard and go crazy. No, when you walk in a gym and you go to a bag or a drill, whatever, it's you in that drill. It's you against himself. You against yourself always. Nobody else is in that gym. You gotta close everybody out. That's honestly the biggest problem I see with any kid that ever was to come in any of my gyms. Is they get in, because it's very intimidating, especially in my gyms, it was very intimidating because we had professionals everywhere. And we had a couple amateurs in there, and people would just look around and go, oh shit, you know what I mean? They'd be like, I better step it up. No, you go in there, you focus on yourself, okay? So anyway, take that as it is. So now, here it is. Your gloves are on, you're all excited. We'll settle the hell down, okay? Because we're gonna go you gotta start from scratch, okay? We gotta get back to the basics. So now we're here. Chin down, eyes are up, hands are up. We're right here, okay? Nice and easy. Stand in front of the bag. Don't worry about your feet yet. Let's just get the little jitters out, okay? So let's just get the jitters out. Just touch the bag. Don't hit it hard. Don't go crazy. Don't see what, you know, Jethro Superstar next to you is doing. Don't worry about anybody. Focus yourself. You're on the bag. Nobody else is there. Everybody else can piss off. Okay? Focus on yourself. So you're here. All you're doing is just touching. You know, that's it. If you're not doing it right, that's okay. Just get warmed up. You know, just get warmed up. Just kind of get the kinks out, get the jitters out. Okay? And then get yourself back in school. Here we go. We're here. Chin down, eyes up. All right, feet are stuck in the mud. All we're going to do is work on our punches and our delivery. Okay, that's it. We're going to go 1, nice and slow. I'm going to go 2. That's it. Now I'm back. It's an easy 1, balance 2, and I'm good. I'm relaxed. Relaxed 1. Okay, balanced. Balanced. Okay, now think about it. My shoulder is going to throw the punch. I'm loose. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. And work on my right hand. I'm going to turn my shoulder. Focus on that heel. Turn 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 that heel. We're in the heel, hip, and shoulder. Good. Heel, hip, and shoulder. There we go. Now my jab. Roll my shoulder. Want to turn it. Turn it. Knuckle up. There we go. Knuckle up. Knuckle up. That's it. Then work your 1, 2. Nice and easy. Good. Relax. Easy. Easy. That's it. Yeah. A realistic distance. So, I'm going to put my jab out there. I don't want to be able to touch the bag. If not, I want to just be able to glaze it. Just touch it. There we go. Okay? Now I'm where I need to be. So now I want to jab. Step. Okay, I'm here. Now I'm going to come back. Okay? Same thing. Go a little slower. There we go. And come back. Good. Here. And I'm back. Here. And I'm back. So now put it together. And back. Easy. Relax. Don't stiffen up. Relax. Relax. And back. In and out. Push off that back foot. That's your engine. Let your engine push you. Okay, and now do the right hand. Okay, so now we're just going to do the right hand. So now, as you see, we're here. If we turn that heel and turn that hip, right, we'll be able to get that back. Why? Because if you're here, you turn that shoulder, how do you see? You got more distance. So if you're ever fighting, and you can just barely touch it or not with that left hand, you know you're going to drive through them with that right. Little secret. That's why you see a lot of fighters, you know, kind of touching with the left, which I fucking hate. But what it does is they know they're literally setting up the right hand. Okay, so we're here. Turn that hip, turn that shoulder. Sorry. Heel, hip, and shoulder. Ready? Right there. Easy. And back. Okay? Once in a while, make sure everything's right. Right in the world. And come back. Remember, shoulder replaces the head. Get that head off the line. That's why that line's here. And back. Elbow's not coming out here. Stay on the inside. And coming back. Easy. Back. and back. Easy. And back. All right, here we go. So, now, we did the 1, we did the 2. Now it's the 1, 2, and we're gonna move the feet. So, I call this the salsa. So we did over here, now we're putting everything together. So salsa, you're gonna move in, you're gonna move out. Once we get a little more educated and we get a little more into it, a little more far advanced, when you go in, you're coming out at an angle, all right? Right now, because we're going back to basics, we're gonna do just like most of our favorite burger joints. We're gonna go in and come out, okay? So, you're gonna take those feet, you're gonna go in, and you're gonna come out. You're gonna go in, and you're gonna come out. All right? So it's real simple. You're gonna go slow and easy. Then you can set it up for quick ones, hard ones every once in a while. But keep the flow, okay? It's good to turn off your rap crap and turn on some salsa music to get you in the flow. Sorry, but it's true. All right, salsa is the essence of boxing. Love it or hate it. It is what it is. If you can't do salsa, turn some mariachi. If that doesn't make you want to fight, I don't know. Okay, I grew up in a Mexican boxing gym. What are you going to do? So, here we go. An Irish Italian guy. Raised in Mexican boxing. What are you going to do? Okay, here we go. So, nice and easy, in and out. So, I'm away from the bag. Going slow. I'm not. Okay, here I am. In and out. 1, 2. Okay, let the bag rock and roll. Moving. Easy. So now I'm going back and forth. See? Back and forth. I'm stepping. Stepping. Move my head, move my shoulders. Stepping. Every once in a while, I'm throwing one. Easy. And back. Slow. And back. See, my head's moving. In and out. 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 Well, there you go. It's all done. That is the back to basics. It's enough for us. If you guys have watched these if you've watched these videos and things like that, you can go back and watch other videos. We did a lot of that. We went over each punch. So in my videos, so go back, check them out. We went over each punch. I mean, the jab, the right hand, we went. So this time we just kind of threw it in there. That's why it took so long, but we went over everything. When you watch my videos, understand I'm 50 years old, guys, okay? I am a 50-year-old man. I am not throwing like I used to. I am not setting. I'm not like I used to, okay? I'm okay for an old guy, but do it better than me, please, okay? I'm an old man. Like I have a lot of stiffness in my shoulders and my back. So when I turn a punch over, I'm not turning it over completely all the way. My shoulders are a lot bigger now. I do a lot of more weightlifting and things like that to stay healthy, but I can't box anymore every day. It tears me up. Like I said, I'm old. But do it better than me, okay? That's all I'm saying. I'm going to give you the stuff. I'm going to throw it out there to you, and just do it better than me, man, because I am a stiff old man now. So probably a lot of these videos coming up, I'm going to be throwing punches a little bit slower so you can see the technique more than trying to hit it hard, because I don't know about you, but it hurts me when I turn the video off and turn the turn this off. Whew, I am, yeah, I need a break. So, like I said, things are like they used to be for me. Be better than me. I'm gonna give you the ideas, give you the coaching, then be better than this guy. So, all right, man, that's all. Please like and subscribe, man, and let me know. Subscribe to me, share it so other people can subscribe, so I know people are listening. Yeah, I'm back, and it's good to be back. I had my last son. He's going to be leaving the house now, so he's going off to college. So we had a lot of stuff there and a lot of stuff in life. So now we're back, we're rolling, and we're going to keep this going. So I hope to entertain you and give you some info from this old guy. All right, man. Have a good one. Bye.